All right, I got a few questions about a Malinois puppy. He was about 6 months old when he came, and he's close to 7 months now. And he had extreme reactivity going to cars, to other dogs, to some people and stuff. And I posted him going nuts with the chasing the cars and stuff like that. And you could see the day that he came, how nuts he was. And I posted some video of that, and then I posted some stuff about his progress. And I got some questions, and instead of going into the comments and doing it individually, I'll do it here, because other people watching it, I'm sure they've got the same questions and stuff like that. Some of the questions were that he came in a slip lead. What collar is he wearing now? Another one was how much time did it take in between the videos? And another one was that he showed great improvement, and they really want to see what I did to actually get that. So I'm going to address these things here. All of the questions, the issue with the questions are they're missing the point. And this is nothing against the people that ask the questions, because this is the way people who train dogs think. They're thinking in terms of techniques. They're thinking in terms of collars and equipment and those kinds of things. And the first thing is about the collar. It's all of these things. It's irrelevant if you don't understand how a dog learns. If you don't know the fundamentals, the collar you use is not going to help you. You can put a certain collar or a certain piece of equipment onto a dog, and sometimes with easy dogs you can get some kind of quote unquote results. But if the equipment is what gives you the results, then it's an issue. Okay, it's all about understanding how a dog learns. So the collar that I use, if I just say what it is, there's a lot of people out there training dogs are gonna think, well, that's the reason why, or I've used that type before and it didn't work. Okay, because it's all about how you, once again, understanding how a dog learns and how it's done. And the question about how much time it took, that's the same thing here. If you go to my Facebook page, I pretty much post these things as they happen. On YouTube, I don't keep up with it as much, and I'll post a bunch of stuff at once. But if you go to my Facebook, you can pretty much see almost day to day how, the dates and how it unfolded and stuff like that. And it's a relatively short amount of time, but that's irrelevant. If it took me one day, or if it took me 6 months, or it took me a year, what's important is you work at the pace of the dog. You once again, you understand the fundamentals, and you do what's correct, and you do it in an environment that it's most likely to succeed in, and you do it long enough there, and you're going to see the results coming out of a dog, and you're gonna go down you're gonna keep the momentum of how a dog learns based on the reaction you're getting from a dog. So whether I told you this happened in 2 days or 2 months or 2 years, it's really irrelevant, because that individual dog, what I did was I'm doing the right things and I'm reading the dog. And as we go, we're going to adapt, and we're going to continue to move along. And that dog is going to tell me how fast we're going to go. So you can go to my Facebook page and you can look and see it. But once again, it's who cares, you know what I mean? And once again, this is not against the person who asked this, because everybody thinks this way, and everybody's into, well, I do a 2-week board and train and I fix these things, or I do a 1-weeker. And Ivan Balabanov, he talks about this, and it's just crazy, right? You get a dog, and however long it took me with this dog, the next dog that comes, it's a totally new dog. And once again, the techniques I use, the collar I use, the techniques, that's not how this works. Like I'm going to get the next dog, and it's going to be individual, and I'm going to take a look at this dog, and we're going to do what's appropriate for this dog. I'm going to take a look at the genetics. I'm going to take a look at, is this an expression of their genetics? Is this behavior genetic, or is this behavior learned, or is it a little bit of both? What can I change? What can I control and guide? What am I going to do here? So there is no technique I used for fixing the reactivity to the cars and the bikes and the dogs and the people. That doesn't exist. You can do something for one dog that might get you results for that one dog, but it has to be based in the way dogs learn correctly. And you have to approach that dog the way dogs learn. And then you're going to have the individual adaptation to that dog, right? And that's where everybody goes wrong here. They're like, I want your technique to fix a Malinois reacting to cars. No, man, Ivan Balabanov's course, that's why it's so important. It is that he doesn't give you a technique for these things. He gives you the complete understanding so that you can teach a dog to do virtually anything, and you can fix almost any problem. And he also goes into, there's problems that are genetic that you're not going to fix, of course. And if you're going to try to change the genetics of a dog, you've gone down a really bad path. And if you don't understand that, man, that is a nightmare for the dog and everybody involved. And once again, when I took a look at this dog, and my videos, I said this, I believe, I didn't want to just suppress the chasing of the cars and have it come out possibly later on, or come out as some form of neurosis, another behavior issue. I wanted to change the picture that this dog had of cars. Okay. And so I have to understand that dog. I have to understand the genetics, and I have to take this dog down a path to change the picture for that dog. And that really, the collar and how much time it took, it's irrelevant. And to the person who wants to see exactly what I did, that's a very bad path too, because what I did for this dog individually can lead you down a very bad path on a dog you're working with, an individual dog you're working with. That's why I don't do that. And there's people who do that. They try to give you this step-by-step approach, and this is how I do this, and this is how I do that. And sure, you'll maybe have some success with certain dogs, but you're going to screw up other dogs, So I'm really not concerned in showing you exactly what I did with this dog. I'm interested in opening up a world to people where they go learn how dogs learn, and they go learn the correct learning theory, the correct way to change behaviors, and to understand this, so that you can look at each individual dog, and you can dissect that dog in that case, and you can work that case, and you can be as successful as possible with that individual dog. That's what I'm interested in. I'm really interested in opening up that world to you. The people get mad at me. Man, show me your technique. You didn't show me this. If you really believe that you can teach what I'm doing with these dogs in these YouTube videos, you don't understand how this works. And there's people, like I said, they're popular. They do that kind of. They show a lot of stuff, and man, my whole advice to you is that's a rabbit hole, and a dark one. You want to learn. I took Ivan's course, and man, he walks you through the history, the psychology, the learning theory, the science, everything, and then he shows you the hands-on and adaptations. Man, he gives you concepts so that you understand, and once again, you can deal with each individual dog. I cannot do that for you in YouTube videos. That's why he has this long course, and you take tests in the end, and everything. This isn't training dogs. To me, is not a joke. It's not this thing that you take lightly, and you watch YouTube and you find some tricks and some tips and some techniques, and boom, I'm a pro trainer. Man, if you're going to train dogs, go to the best and learn how to train dogs. Don't be trying to get free hacks and tips and tricks on the internet. That's a bad situation, man. Anyway, so the questions, I don't mind them, but I'm just trying to let you guys know that it's bigger than it's a bigger picture than what you guys think. And once again, I get tons of these because everybody thinks the same way. Change the way you approach dogs. Change the way you approach to learn how to train dogs. I can't recommend Ivan's course anymore. It will absolutely change the way you look at dogs, you approach dogs, you understand dogs. The results I get with dogs now, and I've trained a lot of dogs. The results I get with dogs now, it is night and day. I never thought I could get the kind of results I'm getting with dogs now. So anyway, the collar, how much time it takes, and this and that. That we could have a discussion, but if I talk about collar, we need to have a discussion as to do you understand learning theory? Do you understand why I would use this, how I would use it, right? And I guarantee it's not the way you use it, because it's not the way most trainers use it. So going down that path is tough. If you really want to be great training dogs, take his course. All your questions will be answered. I guarantee it. All right. Hope this helps. Over and out.